Hello everyone, so as you're aware in our forthcoming literacy lessons we are going to be planning and then writing our very own historical narratives. And I thought it might be nice for us to have a look at an example one before we do that. So this is Trapped. It was a spring day in 10,000 BC. Winter had finally passed, but there was still a cold chill in the air. Drun and Lufra had travelled from their father's winter camp to collect birds' eggs now that they were laying again. Lufra loved this time of year, as she was the best tree climber in her family. She could reach the nests on the highest branches of the tallest trees, so she could always be relied upon to bring home a feast for the family dinner. Drun was her younger brother. He preferred hunting food to gathering it. He was never satisfied with berries or nettles when he knew he could have meat by killing a deer or spearing a fish. As Lufra scurried swiftly up the next tree, Drun was complaining that he didn't want to eat eggs again. He wanted real food instead, like meat. His sister intelligently informed him, "Eggs are just as good for you as meat." Drun hated that she was a know-it-all. Suddenly, it started to rain, and Lufra decided that they should go to their spring cave for cover. She stopped for a moment to savour the spring downpour. She took a deep breath and smelled the rain-soaked grass around her. She heard the birds chirping cheerfully on the high branches. She felt the raindrops tickle her face. Satisfied that they had enough fresh eggs for dinner, she strode into the cave, her brother protesting loudly behind her. He didn't want to go. It was dark and cold inside the cave. Lufra looked out at the tree beside the swelling river and was glad that they were dry now. Drun expertly lit the fire, making his sister cough as smoke filled the space. They heard a shuffling sound at the back of the cave, then a low grunt. A pungent smell, a very bad smell, invaded the air, and an earthly growl echoed around the walls as a great beast darted out of the darkness. It was a bear. "Run!" screamed Lufra. "I can take him," Drun bravely stated. The young girl grabbed her brother by his animal hide clothes. She roughly pulled him out of the cave and back up the tree. She was shivering with fear and cold. Drun knew that they couldn't hide up the tree all day, so came up with a cunning plan. He told his sister to stay still and crept down the trunk. He remembered that his father had dug a pit nearby last year. He searched for it among the leaves, on his hands and knees, until his foot fell into a deep hole between two rocks. There it was. Drun quickly covered it with loose branches and leaves, then stood upright. "That'll stop him," he pronounced. Then he turned to the bear and yelled, "Here, Cuddles, come and get me!" Lufra hissed at him to be quiet because he was putting himself in serious danger. He teased the bear relentlessly until it came crashing out of the cave towards him. Drun calmly inhaled, then positioned himself behind the pit. Unaware, the bear hurtled straight into it, falling headfirst to the bottom. "That serves you right for being greedy," Drun laughed. "You were going to eat me, but now you're our dinner." Lufra jumped down from the bough. Astounded, she asked, "What were you thinking?" "Hey, you can thank me later, sis. I'll prove that meat is better than eggs, because now we have outfits too." Lufra didn't want to admit that her brother was right, but she was certainly looking forward to feeling a new bearskin cloak against her cold skin. She hurried to the cave to warm herself by the fire, while Drun sharpened his tools.